We've all heard the stories. The guarded person who opens their heart, the workaholic who slows down for family, the loner who learns to trust. But what about a narcissist? Could love truly transform them? I know it sounds nice to think a narcissist could change, could become better. It would be a wonderful fairy tale. But what if instead of fairy tales, we talked reality? What if we discussed if a narcissist could actually change for love, and more importantly, why they probably won't? Before we get started, please make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Doing so allows us to spread awareness about narcissistic abuse and helps other survivors find resources. Let's get started. Now let's explore the big question: will a narcissist ever change for someone they love? Now before diving into the answer, let's talk about why this question holds such power over us. As humans, we are naturally drawn to stories of transformation. We love a good turn-point story where someone who was once broken, unhappy, or misguided finds love, has an epiphany, and makes a complete turnaround. This fascination stems from our innate belief in the power of love and connection. Think of classic romance novels or movies like The Notebook or A Star is Born. These stories touch our souls because they remind us that love can conquer all, heal the deepest wounds, and bring about profound change. But here's the thing. While these tales are captivating, they often paint an unrealistic picture of relationships. In real life, the path to personal growth is rarely so linear or so neat. While love and connection play a vital role, suggesting that it can single-handedly transform someone is a bit of a stretch, especially when it comes to individuals with narcissistic tendencies. So why is this question about narcissists and change so compelling? It's because despite knowing how unlikely it is, we still cling to the hope that love, true love, can conquer even the most entrenched narcissism. It gives us hope that we can save someone from themselves, that we can be the one who finally unlocks their heart. This hope is further fueled by stories of survivors who swear their narcissistic partners did change for the better. However, it is essential to critically examine these claims. Can a narcissist genuinely alter their core personality and behaviors through love alone? The short answer is no, but let me explain why. When ordinary people change for someone, several conditions usually apply. They recognize their own problem. They fear losing something valuable if they don't change. They're internally motivated. The other person is an inspiration, not the sole reason. True change is self-driven. However, narcissists are different. They don't believe they are the problem. They blame everyone else. So for a narcissist, change isn't born out of self-awareness or love. It's often temporary and goal-driven. It's about winning someone over, maintaining supply, or avoiding losing control. So while a narcissist might seem like they're changing for the better, especially in the early stages of a relationship, it's crucial to look beyond the surface. Ask yourself, do they really believe they need to change, or are they just acting to get what they want? This brings us back to the pivotal question: does love have the power to transform a narcissist? To answer this, we must first understand what change means. Change for a narcissist isn't about personal growth or becoming a better person. It's about adjusting their behavior to maintain or regain control. In a healthy relationship, change might involve becoming more communicative, empathetic, or compromising. For a narcissist, change might mean curbing criticism, temporarily increasing kindness, or pretending to be more trustworthy. Their altered behavior isn't rooted in self-awareness or genuine affection, but rather a calculated strategy to keep you engaged. Narcissists are experts at reading people. They quickly identify what behaviors will keep you invested and will adjust accordingly. This isn't love making them better. It's pure manipulation. But some may argue that there are instances where narcissists do seem to change, where they become more loving, more attentive, and more committed. While such cases might exist, they are more likely the result of external pressure or fear, rather than internal change. Narcissists often double down on positive feedback, using praise as validation for their distorted sense of self-importance. Similarly, they might change when threatened with loss, not because they've had a change of heart, but because they fear losing someone who provides them with attention or validation. Now, can a narcissist genuinely change? Yes, but not in the way most people imagine. A narcissist can change when they experience consequences that shake their core belief that they are superior and entitled. They might change when faced with criminal charges, financial ruin, or severe social isolation, but this change isn't brought about by love or empathy. It's born out of desperation and fear of losing everything. To illustrate this point, let's compare two scenarios. In the first scenario, someone attends therapy, confronts their narcissistic tendencies, and works on building empathy and self-awareness. They change because they want to be a better person. Now in the second scenario, someone is charged with fraud and faces imprisonment unless they agree to pay restitution. They change because they fear going to jail. Both individuals might appear to be acting in the same way, but their motivations are completely different. One is driven by a genuine desire for self-improvement, the other is driven by fear and self-preservation. And this brings us to the central argument of this video. A narcissist doesn't change for love. They change when they perceive a threat to their inflated ego or sense of entitlement. They change when it still serves their image and control. Imagine a married narcissist who suddenly becomes unusually attentive and affectionate towards their partner. At first, it might seem as if they've had a sudden change of heart. But what if the truth is far more sinister? What if this behavior is part of a manipulative scheme to prevent their spouse from discovering their extramarital affair? In this scenario, the narcissist isn't becoming better. They are merely protecting their image and controlling the narrative. While we may long for a world where narcissists can be redeemed through love, it's essential to ground ourselves in reality. Narcissism is a deeply ingrained pattern of behavior, and it's highly unlikely that someone will willingly dismantle their false self, especially for someone else. Now, some may argue that love can inspire great personal growth and transformation, and that's absolutely true for most people, but this doesn't apply to narcissists. They don't have the capacity for empathy or genuine selflessness, so it's inaccurate to suggest that love can change them. To truly change, a narcissist must confront the darkness within themselves, acknowledge their flaws and accept the pain caused by their actions. Most narcissists aren't willing to do this. Not for love, not for anyone. Now, I know this might not be the answer many want to hear. It challenges the romantic notion that love can conquer all, but it's a truth that survivors need to accept. It's important to recognize that not all relationships are destined to work out. While we all crave happy endings, it's crucial to prioritize our emotional well-being. Staying in a relationship with someone who refuses to acknowledge their harmful behavior can be detrimental to our mental health. Yes, love is a powerful force, but it shouldn't come at the expense of our dignity and peace. Loving a narcissist can feel like pouring water into a bottomless pit. It can leave us exhausted, drained, and disillusioned. Instead of hoping for a miracle, we should focus on healing ourselves from past hurts and finding healthier relationships. Narcissistic abuse can leave deep emotional scars, but we can recover. We can learn to love ourselves again, to set boundaries, to trust our intuition. It's a journey that takes time, but it's one that's essential for our well-being. So yes, a narcissist can change, but not for love, and certainly not in a way that most people would hope for. Their change is a calculated move to protect their ego or achieve their goals. It's a manipulation tactic, not a sign of genuine transformation. Healing from narcissistic abuse is possible, but it requires facing the painful reality that love alone cannot change a narcissist. Instead of seeking a fairy tale ending, we should focus on self-love, setting boundaries, and finding healthier connections. So my question for you today is, have you ever seen a narcissist change for someone? Did it last? Share your experiences below. It might help someone else going through the same thing. Also, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Sharing it helps spread awareness about narcissistic abuse. And don't forget to subscribe for more informative content. If you want to learn more about why a narcissist's good behavior always fades away, check out the suggested video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you.